with us. We're going to tell you how to navigate your way around a thrift store. What's the difference between that and a consignment shop? And what kind of gifts can you get there when we return? Welcome back. When frugality is the order of the day, welcome, more folks discover thrift stores, places where you can get more for less because the items are gently used. Besides clothing, what items, how used, and how much money can I save? For guidelines, we welcome back Teresa Riccoubuono. Now, we should say you are a professional organizer by trade, so make the connection between your organizing, but you know the thrift stores. It's just that you shop them and you know them, or what?
I started shopping at thrift stores when I was 14.
Oh.
And as I transitioned into my business, obviously when I'm helping somebody organize and get rid of things, I also know where to take those belongings that they're getting rid of to put them to best use. So
you kind of know what's going out of the houses. Sometimes you have to get rid of things and you don't have time to sell it or what have you. You just kind of donate it. Now, the other thing is thrift stores and consignment stores. There's a difference between them, although for the shopper you can get buys in both, right?
Exactly.
Okay, so what's the difference between them?
A consignment shop is a for-business or for-profit business, and so you would clean out your house, clothing, house accessories and whatnot.
Closet.
Exactly. Yes, we've talked about that. And you would take them to a consignment shop, and the consignment store owner would price them and split the profits with you.
Okay.
With a thrift store, you would be donating the goods, taking a tax write-off, and then the thrift store would sell the items and use the money for whatever they're benefiting.
Okay. Now, some people I know go to thrift stores all the time and get their clothes there because they know how to do it. They know it looks good. They've usually been smart and made friends with the woman who owns the place or the man who owns the place, so that they'll say, hey, I got something in your St. John knit is, by the way, let's talk about what's here. There's a St. John knit here item, okay? Now, not everybody wears it. It's a specific look, but it's quality stuff. And these things normally go what in the store? That
outfit there, actually, I've priced at Nordstrom years past for about $3,000.
Okay, and there's a skirt to go with it. It's just so you can see it, okay? It's sparkly and everything. You're not going to wear this every day.
No.
But if you want to wear this to the holiday Christmas party, let's say, for $3,000, that's a lot to spend on maybe one, maybe two times in the course of December to January 1st or so. Okay, so you paid how much for this?
$24.99.
$24.99 for two pieces?
For two pieces.
Okay, all right. We're talking my language here. Now, what is this? It looks like $5.99, and I'm seeing Escada.
It is an Escada.
Do I know for sure that the label is really the label and somebody didn't get smart with a needle and thread and put labels in?
Yes, based on the workmanship and the construction, it is truly an Escada jacket.
Okay, and there's your construction for sure. It is tailored. You can see that. Wow. That is really nice. Okay. Yeah. All right. I see some men can also shop thrift stores now.
Oh, absolutely.
You've got some ties here. What do the ties usually go?
Well, these I just purchased for a friend of mine who's very conservative. So that's why they have this look. $3.49. This one is Alfani, which is a brand you'll find in Macy's.
Or in my husband's closet.
And this one is Alexander Julian. Now, they do have more colorful ties, more vibrant ties, more preppy ties. I just happen to be purchasing these for somebody who is conservative. $3.49.
Okay, even at sale at
no
Macy's,
tax.
He doesn't get them for that. All right. Now, you've also got a shirt there.
That's a Tommy Bahama shirt. That's a men's shirt. Normally, regular price in the store, that would be a roughly $120. My brother wears them, and he waits till they go on sale, so he buys them for $60.
Yeah.
This one I got for $6, and that's exactly what it looked like when I picked it off the shelf.
I have to tell you, I know people who collect these, okay, and they go normally $160, did you say?
$120.
$120 for a shirt. Okay, these were all over my class reunion last time I went. I thought, oh my gosh, it was almost like looking at wallpaper. Okay, but they're nice, you know, I mean, if you like them. And the price again was?
$6.
$6. Much more reasonable. Okay. Now, you can get other things besides clothing. So if it's not clothing you want, and let's face it, for clothing, for gifts, unless you're buying for, you know, your significant other, whoever that may be, and you know exactly size and taste and what colors they like, chances are you're going to stay away from clothing maybe and look for other items. What else can we find besides the ties?
Well, I've got some nice portfolios here. So a lot of people are now paperless, but especially if people are going on interviews and whatnot, it's nice to look professional. They may not want to carry a large briefcase, and so they can get a nice portfolio. This one is from a brand called Lotus, which is a nice leather brand.
Wow.
This would normally sell for about $100.
Ooh.
I paid 99 cents.
That's there's a buy.
Very good quality leather. This is another nice brand. It just happens to be in brown. I brought, just so everything isn't in black, a brown one, which is also a nice leather brand, and I think I paid $1.99 for that one.
Wow. And they both look, by the way, like they would fit into a case that would also hold a laptop, unless you've got a very tiny laptop.
Absolutely.
But, you know, even if it's a bigger one.
Absolutely. For those avid readers, there's an assortment of books, and I've never paid more than $6.99, but roughly you'll find them between $99 and $2.99, $2.99.
Okay, it might be nice to get a couple, somebody you know who reads or who likes a particular author, get a couple, wrap them up.
Absolutely, and there's business books, there's pleasure books, current books. So for instance, this one, The Glass Castle, is a fairly popular book of late.
Okay.
The Tipping Point is also a fairly recent book, and I actually have also found books that were signed by the author.
Good. Okay, and then
fun.
The jewelry, don't leave that out.
Absolutely. So I've found some beautiful jewelry over the years, a couple of nice traditional watches. A lot of times they'll need a battery, but if you're buying the watch for $2 or $3 and you're spending $5 or $6, maybe $10 for a battery, you're still getting a very good price. This is actually a beautiful bracelet from Siam. The reason I know that is because my dad traveled the world for business.
Tip it that way toward the camera a little bit.
And
yeah, a little more.
He actually
is that
purchased
sterling?
a set for my mom, so I actually have other pieces of this jewelry. Now this was an expensive piece.
Yeah.
It was $30.
And what is it? What would it normally go?
You know, I have no idea, because Siam, of course, is a country that no longer exists. It's turned into, I believe, Thailand.
Yeah.
But it's a stunning piece of jewelry, and so I knew.
It is pretty. I mean, you know, for $30, you'd pay that for a costume piece on sale in one of the department stores.
Absolutely.
Okay. What about negotiating? Can you negotiate in a thrift store? Or
sometimes, if there's something like a flaw that maybe you don't think that they notice, but typically the prices are so reasonable that I hate to even consider negotiating. Okay,
and what about a shopping list? Should I go in with a specific shopping list, or is it better to say, I have these 3 people to buy for, I kind of know their needs, so I'm going to look at these items or these areas, to be a little more general?
If you don't have a lot of time, it certainly is helpful to go directly to a certain rack or a certain area of the store. But I go in really as a treasure hunt, so I'm not sure what I'm going to come out with, but I do have certain things I'm looking for.
And one last question, where do you find the very best buys or best stores? Do you have any favorites in the Bay Area?
I do have favorites. I shop almost exclusively at Goodwill. But that's just a personal preference. There's a lot of smaller local thrift stores as well that support their cause, and so part of it might be, what cause do you want to support? And it's really hit or miss. So you may have a great day at a Goodwill store, and then the next time you go and you come out empty-handed and you're disappointed. Okay.
Teresa has a website, Teresa Riccoubuono. I'm sorry, it's simplyorganized.com, simplyorganized.com. That's really for your business, for organizing, but that may be the start if you want to get rid of stuff and sell it at a consignment store.
That, and I also have a tip sheet as well for people who are considering
because they're picky now. Shopping. They're picky now if you take stuff to sell also. They're not taking your junk. I mean, if it's something you're going to throw away, that's what you do with it, okay? All right, Teresa Riccoubuono, thank you so much for being here. Okay, by the way, if you buy clothing and you're a little squeamish about whatever, somebody else wore it, go get it dry cleaned. If you buy a Tommy Bahama shirt for $6, what's the dry cleaning going to cost you? Still ahead of the game. Okay.